Dave, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, man. And it's great to talk to you. It's great to see you. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Before we even start, I gotta ask you, what part of the world are you in right now? What's the weather like? Because me being in Toronto and across Canada, it seems like a heat wave is going on. Where are you and how's the weather?
I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and it is hot as balls in here right now. I'm sweating. I think we're getting the same heat wave. I think it probably feels like 39 right now, but it's reading at 31, so it's muggy.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Toronto, but I've talked to some people in Vancouver, man. They're like at 42, 43.
Oh yeah,
So
oh west, it's gnarly.
yeah. So talking about sweating balls, yeah, man, their balls are dropping off and melting over there. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, man, it's great to get a chance to talk to you. How have things been going with you, man, for the last year and a half with COVID-19?
It's been a struggle, but it hasn't been too bad. I mean, obviously when doors close, others open. So I feel like with shows being canceled and touring, I was able to pivot and focus on songwriting for myself and songwriting for other people, and using Zoom and as a great connector, just like what we're doing right now. I get to work with artists in Nashville and LA and Toronto and all over, and it's easier than it ever was. So,
Do you speak the truth there too, man? Tell me
yeah.
something. How would you describe your songwriting? Because I checked out some of your videos and your music. I mean, you've got this really beautiful sense of lyrics and melodies together. So
Yeah.
I always feel like you can. Doesn't matter how big the crowd is, you can cut right to them, no matter how far they are.
Yeah, I think like I mean, as first, my style of songwriting, I think I have good pop mentality and intuition on um just I'm just putting furniture in the room, honestly, and I just hopefully people enjoy it. I think like I think melody and lyrics are kind of everything for me, and it's not the well isn't that deep, but I think I'm writing what people kind of want to hear and bop to and vibe to, and that's kind of what I like. Yeah.
Well, man, I like it too. With the reason why I asked you that is because usually I like to go through a whole process of asking these questions and all these other things. I don't even want to do that with
Yeah, man.
you. I want to get to this single because this is freaking brilliant.
Oh,
Not
thank you.
just lyrically, but the video too. And I'm interested in a lot of things. So let's go right to this. What's
Okay.
this new song slash video called, and what is it actually about?
It's called All My Friends. I wrote it when I turned 30, 31 years old. It was kind of like I turned 30 and I was just kind of, anyways. So what I wrote it was, what it's about is like, all my friends were growing up faster than I were. They were buying houses, they were getting dogs, having kids. I mean, just kind of seemed like moving a little faster than I was. And obviously, I picked a career where you have to put those things on the back burner to, see through it. And so, uh, you know, it was hard to hang out with your friends when they're busy and they have kids, and no one wants to party with me and go have beers on a Saturday afternoon. So, I found myself fishing and fishing for that more and more. And so, just kind of me and my buddy Dylan Guthrow, one day, my co writer on the song, uh, we were just kind of laughing and kind of joking around that because all of our friends were getting Labradoodle dogs and designer dogs. And so we just wrote a song called "I Miss All My Friends," basically, and it was, and then a pandemic hit, and we were in a lockdown, and I really started to miss my friends, and I wasn't planning on releasing this song, and honestly, it was just kind of a demo, like, and we were kind of like, shit. I think there's a couple different ways people can look at this song, and so we put it together and mixed and we put it out, and we're
That's where I want to get to. So here I am. I read the bio, check out your other music, go to the video. This is what I think. I'm looking at it as this. I'm looking into the mind of Dave as he's trapped in COVID, not being able to see his family or friends and whatever.
yeah,
And I'm thinking, I'm looking at the crazy side inside your
yeah.
mind, in what's going on as you're talking to yourself, you're playing games with yourself, you're performing with yourself. That's what I took it. But when I realized that it was something completely different, I was like, okay, this is completely blowing my mind, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the world's lined up a little bit, but it's like, it's the best thing about, the best songs are ones that people can take a lot of different meanings from, and it's what it's about is whatever you think it's about, and it's like, and I think that's my favorite thing about music is letting the person decide, what they want to take from a song, right?
I actually thought to myself that this was like a parody song from what you would have like back in the 70s, like a Disco Duck or the Guitar Zan or something like that. Because I just
Yeah,
thought to
yeah,
myself,
yeah.
this was such a play on kind of song. And the video is
Oh, yeah.
effing brilliant. Can you
Thank you.
describe this for folks who haven't seen it yet?
Yeah. Well, we shot. I mean, the video is kind of. It's the same kind of thing. It's the play on it is, obviously leaning in towards COVID, but leaning in towards what I really wrote it about being. My friends aren't partying with me anymore, and they want so we shot it. We shot the video in my house here in Halifax, and we shot a little bit of it at a Legion in like it out in the sticks. It's basically a birthday party, my own birthday party, where no one showed up but me, and so I'm kind of doing all the things like that people do at parties, but I'm solo, so I'm actually sitting exactly where I was sitting shooting that video. It's actually really cool. So
Yeah, and I don't want to give too much away, man, but I have to go
anyway, give it
into
away.
where you're basically the band is performing. How did you guys pull that off?
Oh, dude. I mean, that was that was my like. I mean, this I kind of got lucky with the video guys that did it and the directors, and I kind of had this idea of like, you know, doing all these things that take multiple people, but no one's showing up. So we couldn't find a tandem bike, so we decided to make myself uh, a whole band. So basically, set it up where I'm playing all the instruments. So we just kept a camera steady, and I sang through the song a couple times in one position, and then I made sure that the bass position was wide open, and they basically edited it in. So by the end of the, when you watch the video, it's me playing the drums, it's me playing the bass, it's me playing the guitar, singing. So it came out hilarious. I can't help but laugh.
Now,
You know,
I'm just curious, was this supposed to be a country song or was this supposed to be any genre of song? Before I say something, I'm going to ask you right off.
it's definitely not country. I mean, I
Okay.
can't. I don't hear country. I mean, and to be honest, my last record, I didn't really. I write with so many people, and I write so many different genres, and sometimes it like my last record was a country record, but I didn't really think it was a country record until I got it pressed and I was listening to it. And it's like, fuck, this is a country record. Sorry, apologize for my.
No, man. Hey, this is online, so we can say whatever the hell we
Perfect.
want.
Yeah, girl, perfect. So
Um,
it's no, it's definitely pop. I mean, it might be AAA or indie, but I mean, there's the pop elements in this are it's undeniably a pop song. I mean,
okay. And I'm going to jump in. The reason why I asked that is because
yeah,
I swear up and down that's an 80s theme song that you wrote.
for
Oh,
sure. I mean, it's remember the band Cake?
yeah, of course.
Kind of like it's kind of late '80s, early. No, it's just I think it's just a bop. I mean, it's just snare and a bass drum,
There you go.
bass line.
You're not, yeah, man, the bass that you were doing there, I was just like,
Yeah,
damn, like you guys pumped that up, man. That was so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's cool. It's a cool line. I mean, we didn't even. It's honestly, I think like Dylan and me and Dylan Guthrow were literally just kind of like laughing about it, talking about the song, and we didn't have any music to it before we started the verse or the chorus. And it's like, all my friends got a mortgage and some kids, got a labradoodle dog, and we're kind of like, that was written before the whatever, and he kind of was like, all right, what if it was like a bump, 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 ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, and we said that out loud. He just beatboxed that. He came in and he grabbed a 12 string guitar because we didn't have a bass when we wrote it because it wasn't in the studio for some reason. So we actually used a 12-string guitar on that bass line and ripped it down two octaves to sound like a bass.
Wow.
And then it's like, and then we had to add some bass to it later on, but originally that's what it was, and it was that lick. So we're working with what we got.
I love it, man. Any
We're gonna,
chance? I'm just curious
yeah,
because the song itself and the meaning has so many legs. Yes, you've already done a video. Have you thought of doing another video with that as an animated video?
that would be amazing if I could find someone like to do like a storyline
Hey,
video.
that's what I'm talking about.
Like that would be cool. Like I think there's like this song is so visual, especially the instrumental. I think it would be really cool to see some. I mean, I think it would be cool to see some people start doing some TikToks on it because I think there's some tongue in cheek to it, and but an animated video like that would be amazing. Like, I mean, if you know anybody, let me know. I also would love to do a remix. I think it would be cool to have a hip hop verse on it. To be honest, like it'd be cool to have Class or Quick Matthews or some of my buddies kind of do something. I'd love to hear the other perspective on this song. It'd be from the guy with kids in a house, and
Exactly.
and it's like you don't want this.
Exactly. And then I'd love to hear what the woman's version of it would be like. What are you
Yeah,
complaining about? And oh
yeah,
my God. Like
that's right.
this, it's got so much legs on this, man. I mean, I can see so much going with this. Hell, and when you said about storyline, I could actually even see you doing like an 8 or 9 minute version cartoon or something of this of you, the character Dave, and just going through all this, man. I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, listen, we gotta. I think we gotta make that happen, don't we? I'm gonna
I
make a
think so.
call. I gotta call. That'd be
I think
cool.
so, man. Other songs. What's going on right now? Like, we looking at anything? EP, album? What's going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still like, as a writer, I'm still writing a couple songs a week usually. I'm working on my next project. It's gonna sound different than this one. This is kind of a one-off. I mean, I feel like it's a perfect time to release music. You don't have to toe a line on a genre and toe a line on a sound. I think I'm a newer artist where I can kind of do whatever I want right now, and so I feel like I'm just putting out songs that I think are cool and that I like and that could be relative. So my next record, I'm probably gonna go down to Nashville in September as soon as I can get into the country again and do another record there with a guy named Paul Moak. He's a producer there. He's amazing. We've been talking about working together, but as of right now, I would say, boom, an EP coming out in a year from here.
Yeah.
But I'll have some more singles coming out by the fall.
And in between time, are we looking at any either virtual performances or you can be hitting the road in some way for shows?
Yeah, I mean, a few virtual things coming up that I'm going to announce in August.
Okay.
But I mean, Nova Scotia and where I'm at on the East Coast is slowly starting to open up again and having small shows and outdoor festivals. So I have a few booked. So, a couple of country festivals, a couple of songwriter rounds, some playing a lot of golf. I mean, I'm like summer Dave right now. Treating myself.
I hear you, man. Actually, I'm waiting for here in Toronto and Ontario. I'm waiting for certain things to open up too because I gotta get my golf lessons back up, man. Because there's no way I can swing a club. It ball is going to be killing people all left and right. So my plan is, as soon as I can, getting re-lessons, and then hopefully I can get out there. Probably won't get out there this year. Probably next year. So I'm going to give myself a lot of time to.
Yeah, it's fun to get out there, man. Listen, you don't have to be good. No one's really good at golf. I
No,
mean, I golf to drink and smoke weed.
I always say this, man. Golf is the only sport where you're allowed to lose your equipment. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Anyways, man, look,
Yeah.
it is great to talk to you. Congratulations on this new single, man. Like I said, it is effing amazing. And I
Hey,
cannot wait to see what you're doing. And I'm crossing fingers, man. Some point in time, you can come to Ontario, Toronto. We can have a sit down, chat, and just talk about more of your great music, man.
hey, man, I would love that. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that opportunity, honestly.